So I'm not playing here to start with. What story do you guys want to hear? Wait. So I went to China with myself, Boney Mac, who was in a Minecraft video once, and another guy. He was also in a video. Actually, we were the guys that did the current affair parody. And
but not me.
The throwback video.
So we were in China and we were all drinking at this bar. And as you've seen from my outros, I can play the drums. So that shouldn't be news to most of you. But we're at this Chinese bar and there's this band playing and they don't have a drummer. So we're all drunk. My mate says to me, "Oh, you should go up and play the drums." And I... Damn, that killed. And I really don't like cringy stuff like getting on stage and like...
Being confident and like,
No, okay. It's
So
not about that.
cringe,
It's like,
bro, that is so cringe.
if you're bad at it, you're gonna look like such a tosser. And I just like... I know I'm good at the drums, I'm ready. But I didn't want to look like that guy that's like, you know, trying too hard.
So you can't be bad at it, but you also can't be good at it either.
Exactly. So anyway, I didn't really want to go up and play drums for this band, and then my mate's like, "Well, fine. If you're not going to do it, I'm going to do it." And then I'm like, "But you don't play the drums at all." He's like, "Exactly." And he was really drunk.
Stage?
Yeah, look, let's.
He's
So my mate
happy.
says, "If you don't get up and play drums, then I'm going to do it." And then I was like, "Well, that is fucking not happening," because then I would have to be watching the cringe that I was just trying to avoid. So then I get up on the stage. I am extremely drunk, but at the time I thought I was doing a fantastic job. Thinking back on it, I think I was god awful.
Is there a stage switch on this? Like, what rule set is this? All right, so you play the drums like a boss.
Yes.
Epic drum playing.
I don't think I was very good looking back on it because I was very drunk, and I think I played about 10 songs. I can remember one of them.
10?
Yeah,
That's like
No.
half an hour. Like,
It was like the
what?
whole bloody set. And then guess what? Wow.
Wait,
Guess
what
what
is
the
this
one
stage
song I remember is?
Wonderwall.
Yes.
Because it's always anyway. Play Wonderwall.
And this was a Chinese band too. Like, I don't think they were singing English for most of the songs, but Wonderwall, that was in English. You
I was
better
gonna
believe.
say, what's the lyrics of Wonderwall in Chinese?
And you know in Wonderwall how it's like the backbeat, the word. Oh no, there's like in between the choruses. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You
the
can just
one.
put that part in, Jacob, instead of.
No. Leave it in.
Yeah, it's like do chiku do. I think I remember doing a drum fill and just getting horribly out of time, but the Chinese people were loving it so much because it's like, you know, it's something new to them.
Stupid Westerner.
Pretty much. And yeah, outside of
Whoa!
that, can't really remember the rest of the songs, but I assume I was incredible.
What else happened that night? Where'd the night progress? I want to know after your. Did you go like? Do you go back to the crib or like?
No, not with the band. That was unfortunate. But do you know what shisha is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I didn't, and I got convinced by the other guys that I was with because I'm pretty against smoking. And then they were like, "No, there's no like tobacco. It's just water vapor." And I was like, "Oh, all right, bro."
Like, Vape Nation, let's go.
Yeah,
Stop
pretty
this
much.
down, Eric. That's all you're doing.
And it's fucking
It's
working.
This is what happens when I'm thinking about telling
What?
a story, dude. So
What is
they-
this stage on? It snuck through.
More like Delphine, yes.
Oh, nice.
But they convinced me that shisha was just water vapor, and then I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll get amongst it." And then I found out it had tobacco in it. I was like, "Yeah, it tastes pretty good."
I've been baited.
Just a message for the kids at home: no smoking, please.
Also, don't get drunk enough to play the drums at a random Chinese bar.
No, definitely do that. That was fun.
It's good. Now I have a story.
All right, Jackson, you got anything for us?
Yeah, mine stems from a school camp story. I think I've told this one to you guys before, but I'll.
I think I want to
Is
hear
it the one I
again.
want? Is it the
Yeah,
one
it's
I
the
want?
one you like. So we're in. I can't remember where in Japan, but we go out for. I don't know what the meal's called, but it's like that beef that's-
Breakfast? I'm sorry. Sorry to
So there's one
interrupt.
time in Japan we had breakfast.
With that, the one where you like stew the meat in a sauce and it's really delicious.
Ramen.
No, it's like
I doubt you
That
would
is
forget
definitely-
ramen.
you cook it like it's like KBBQ, but not. It's JBBQ. Anyhoot,
Okay.
so we're having this meal and it's really good. And this one guy is chowing down, like he's going to town on this meat.
Oh.
And then we leave,
mess
and
of
it's
it.
about a half an hour walk back to the hotel we're staying at. And he goes, "I'm gonna have to run ahead and go to the toilet because this is bad news.
Like, what are we talking about here? Like,
We didn't know. He just said,
What
I've really got
level
to
on
go.
the Schichtestave?
Well, I didn't get to ask him. But
he
he
was
wasn't.
already running off.
He was gone. He was
in the horizon.
before the teacher could even
holding
go
his
like,
pants.
yeah, don't do that. So anyway, we'll get back to the place probably like 10 minutes later, and he is not to be found.
So he's gone missing.
He's gone missing.
In a foreign country.
And the teacher sends out a search party. We all split up into groups and go looking. We're asking police if you've seen one of these white boys around in Japan. And one of them eventually finds him in an alleyway covered in his own fecal matter.
Oh my
How do you get to that point? It's like, it's gone from, BRB
To just like
I've
getting
been lost
getting
and I'm
lost
covered
in
in
Japan.
poo.
So then we come back to the like hotel and he kind of gets showered and the teacher pulls us all aside and he's like, "All right, we're not going to talk about this." So then he,
for his own good.
yeah,
like,
for his own like sanity. So then we just pretended it never happened. even though
How
the-
do you do that? That is like
yeah, it was bad because the whole hotel just smelled like shit. Like genuinely.
I swear, if someone at our school had done that, they'd just be like shit boy for the rest of their high school life.
Yeah, we just like let it go. And I
man,
kind of
what?
forgot about
in
it.
high school.
Yeah, and like nobody, and they actually followed through or not bringing it
No,
up.
no one ever said anything. Doesn't that thing go down?
What year was this? Can we get a scope? 'Cause,
I was
like,
in year
shitting your pants
10.
in year 8.
No,
not
no,
bad,
I was in year
but-
10 and he was older than me. So he was in year
Oh,
like 11.
no.
Just
So
like,
that's like 15, 16
I mean,
years old.
any
right?
age is too old to shit your pants, but that is
mean,
definitely...
one
I
is-
mean, I'd accept it if you're wearing a literal
No,
diaper.
I don't know. I'm not about that. You can clean up your own shit, eh?
Wow, that was
Reach
the
you.
worst side B ever.
So that's my traveling story in Japan. I can't think of anything else like insane that happened on that trip.
Is this the one where you pretend it's your friend, but it's actually you?
Oh, this is my mate, my really good mate. Name is Jack.
Pants shitter.
No, wait, Jack's too old. It was actually Jack's son.
Oh no.
Oh.
Delete that part. Please cut that out. Once I made everyone on this same trip, I made us all go to the Pokemon store, and then we missed out on going to the Sky Tree because of that.
What's the sky
What?
tree?
Yeah, that.
Like the Sky Tower? No, what's it called? I don't know. It's like a tourist attraction. And I was like, let's just quickly pop into the Pokemon
Is it like an
store.
observation thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, let's quickly go to the Pokemon store. And I convinced everyone. And then everyone missed out on going to see the Sky Tree because I wanted to go to the Pokemon store and it was shut by the time we got back.
No way. No, you don't. What? Oh, that's disgusting. You gotta hit up the Pokemon store in Japan, though.
Yeah.
Guys, fun fact, that's where Japan was made. No.
The Pokemon
That's where-
store.
Whoa, they made Pokemon into a real thing, guys.
Wow, they made Japan in the Pokemon store? No, I meant the other way around.
Got another story for us?
Me?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I totally missed my turn because you were still telling your drum story.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to talk about the Pokemon store a little more.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's
go
hear
for
it.
My sister went there and she got me some little post-it notes that I still haven't used because I'm saving these post-it notes for a special occasion, but like,
That kind of defeats the purpose of post-it notes, doesn't it?
and defeats the purpose of the gift that I just haven't used, but I've still got them.
Yeah,
Got them in this room.
I still
actually.
have
I
something
see
that
them.
I
They're
got.
on the piano, right?
Oh my god.
I can't believe we've got such good gameplay and such a crap story going on.
Hey guys, how can a post-it notes?
I mean, we're just waiting for Peter's turn, really. I'll start a nice quick story. This one time, I...
Damn, that was
Shat
a
my
clean
pants.
stock.
Sorry, Zach.
Hold on, wait.
No, nothing.
Oh, no.
I don't think I have shat my pants.
That's good, man.
Proud of you, man. Keep it up.
Should we tell shitting pants stories?
I don't
now
have
that
one.
we're
How
on the
many do you
topic? No, like, I don't... I'm just baiting them out, you know?
Our friend Bodie Mac, Nick, he is a aficionado of shitting his pants.
Oh, what a thing to be known for.
Alright, I'm not we'll let him tell that story one
Yeah.
day. So, I'm not an aficionado of shitting my pants, but I did wet the bed till pretty late in
I did
my,
urine
like,
my pants.
which, you know, I'm confident about now. Who cares? I can't remember what year it was, like 11 or 12. Where I was
Really?
wetting the bed. No!
What?
Obviously not.
Oh, what a tech.
Okay, I was not wetting the bed in year 11 and 12. This was like primary school, like
Year
maybe
10.
year 2 or 3, 4, something like. It
That's
was
like
later than
fine.
most kids, but I had to get like some literal robot device that would set off an alarm when it detected like moisture. and it was the worst thing ever. Like, if I pissed me pants in the night, it'd just go like, wee, wee, wee. Then my mum would have to wake up and like change my sheets. It was just like,
It literally traumatizes it out of you. Like,
that is not
Your
a
neighbors
joke.
are like knocking on the door, like, "Are you good? Did you wet your pants, Zach again?"
It's
Zachy?
like, it's like piss TSD.
Yeah.
the police will rock up at your house. They're like, is everything okay, sir?
Is Zach
yeah.
moist again?
Random. Oh, come on.
Police.
I wasn't moist. The sheets were.
I think
you were
in
probably-
turn, yeah, you probably
yeah.
got moist too. That
Have
was
you
the
ever
worst
wet your
feeling.
bed like at a later age, later than what you should have?
I don't think so.
No, I can't remember a time.
I think the most recent time was I must have I was maybe like late primary school age, and I was having a dream where I was like using the bathroom.
Yeah, that's
And
always
then-
how it happens.
And then at the last second, I'm like mid piss. I'm like, hold up.
You're saying right.
But at that point, like, have you ever tried to stop a piss halfway through? It
Oh,
is
do it.
It's painful
It is
though.
nightmarish.
It's not that bad.
Oh, I hate it.
Jesus, you're stopping
You got
starting
the
these.
urethra of steel, bro.
Okay, that is not a good.
What a claim.
That's actually my Tinder bio, by the way.
Oh,
What?
Man, this is a clean looking Richter out here.
It's the Sicta. I've played it before
The
and I'll play it
Sicta.
again.
I don't know how to play Wolf. I don't know why I picked him. Oh,
So I feel like the closest. Now we're telling shitting your pants stories. I haven't as an adult.
Why have you
Thank
done
God.
on this?
I don't think I have in memory. But I was really, really close one time, and it was like I just turned 18.
Wait. Didn't
Sorry.
we talk about this with Poppet in a video? Did you tell this story already?
No, it was on stream for your.
Oh, that's fine then.
For your.
Let
what's it
all the
called?
YouTube viewers know.
Yeah. You didn't put in the stream highlights. I can't believe it.
Well,
So yeah, you're just saving it for this, right?
yeah.
Yeah, like I just turned 18, and so I wanted to go out like to a bar or like clubs and stuff, just because like drinking age in Australia is 18, because it's a real
Yes.
country.
Yep.
America
Just
roast.
Threw shade at 60% of the viewers. Never mind.
I mean, 18 is a far better drinking age. It, like, it still makes sense.
Isn't there a
hey,
lot of
hey
science
guys, do you
behind
want to
it?
buy a gun and be in a porno? Oh, by the way, you can't have a beer. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
come
that,
on.
that is interesting, to be sure.
Do you want to go die for your country?
Is it really beer to porno? Oh, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? I got a few reasons why you shouldn't.
Legal adult, but not drinking apparently. Anyway, so I wanted to go have my legal drink in Australia, go to a bar, you know, and so I wasn't feeling like 100% well that day.
Uh-oh.
But it was like my first time going clubbing, so I was like, well, I gotta kind of, I'll just push through. Should be right. I'll be all good. I go there. I really needed to, you know, do a big poo the whole night, but.
This
You know,
sucks.
yeah, it was terrible, but I was in a nightclub. You can't, there's nowhere to put your stuff. It's a nightmare. It's not the place you want to be having this kind of situation.
So wait, is it a nightclub or a nightmare? I'm gonna go kill myself. Anyway, continue.
Same thing for me. I don't like nightclubs that
Oh,
much.
they are the worst.
Anyway, yeah, we're gamers. We don't like nightclubs. What do you
We
mean?
don't have to.
Ooh, that is
Ooh,
a
am I dead?
dead wolf. Anyway, and so I was staying at a friend's house because getting home after nightclubbing is the second worst part about it, after the public toilets. But you suck, Zach.
Tell your story, bitch! We're not focusing on the gameplay here.
I was watching you fail.
Oh, I thought it would be how hard.
I think everyone can see that, unfortunately.
thought you get
for you.
stuck in the holy fire.
Woke up in the morning, really needed to go, but I'm at a friend's house. It's a bit awkward. I don't want to obliterate their toilet.
Oh, that's the worst. Yeah, I know.
Because yeah, I don't want to like make, and then so I just kind of wake up. Why am I smiling? See the guy. I'm like, oh, you know, thanks for having me over, man. I'll be going now.
I'm off to shit.
Yeah, I'm going home. I need to be at my own toilet because you know, there's nothing like your own toilet, right?
I agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think everyone. Oh!
Oh no!
Everyone can relate that there's nothing. Home is where you feel comfortable taking a big poo. And so I have to catch the train home because this is before I had a car or a license.
Yep.
And public transport system in Australia is fine, but it's nothing like mind-blowing like, you know, the London Tube or anything.
Especially not in Perth.
Yeah, especially in our city because it's quite spread out. So it's gonna take at least an hour. Fuck, bruh. And so I'm just like dying the whole way home, and I'm like in Struggle Town. I get to the train station near my house, and I can walk home from there. It's gonna take me about 10 to 15 minutes.
Not walking though.
10 to 15 minutes, and I'm like, I could go in this disgusting train station toilet
Or-
because I'm about to die.
Yep.
Or I could 15 more minutes. I've waited for at least 12 hours.
The
I could
hero's
wait another
journey.
15 minutes, and so I'm like, all right, I'm walking home, and I regretted it quite a lot. About 5 minutes into the walk, and I'm thinking, I'm like, do I run so there's less time, or does that just make it 100% chance that I explode? And so, you know, I stuck to a strong, like, middle-aged mum walk.
Like Ganondorf's max speed run.
Yeah, I think he might be in the same situation as me. How is this story going for 2 whole matches?
You need to speed it up.
still haven't even pooed yet.
No, you're just putting the viewers through, you know, the agony of how long it took you before
Yeah.
Yeah, the tribulations, the trials, the pain. And it was extremely close. And I got in the door, and the mom was like, "Oh, how was your night?" And I just did not say a word to her. I just walked straight past my own mother, just because I was just like, nah, I do not have time. And yeah,
You didn't need her when you took the mother of all shit.
I made it.
Oh, you made it. I didn't think you were going to make it.
No, I did make it. You got to keep that.
That's a good. I'm happy.
Keep
with
the
that.
audience on the edge of your seat, Jackson.
I was on the edge
we
of that
didn't
seat.
know.
I was almost taken off it though.
Crack the bowl.
We're blasting off again.
Oh, those ones.
I want to
hurt
go
as
back
well.
to you talking about how much you don't like clubbing, because I am inclined to agree.
I mean, I don't hate it under the right circumstances.
I like
but,
going to bars, but
90%
like,
of circumstances are just like not favorable, right?
I don't like the vibe, like the aesthetic of the dancing people do. Just like one big.
I like dancing, but I don't like kind of like being
I like
moshed.
when it's at like a concert, but when it's just like everyone squashed up in a club, I would rather go to a bar myself.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
that's fair. I don't really like just drinking for the sake of drinking, but I do like dancing, so I like the concept of nightclubs. Execution gets a 4 though.
How would you improve them? You
So
can't give us a
firstly,
4 out of 10 for every nightclub ever without some suggestions.
It would have to be nearish to my near enough to my house that I don't have to pay like $40 to get an Uber home.
Yep.
So
Or
close
like
to your
a-
house, you can drop in for a quick shit.
Yeah,
That would be nice.
Needs to be in toilet range. But yeah, I think getting home has got to be the worst part because obviously you're not going to be
Absolutely.
driving if you're going to be drinking, and clubbing if you're not drinking is even worse than clubbing if you are drinking.
No, I agree with that. If I had a club like next door to my house, I'd probably go there, and then eventually when I realize that I don't like clubbing, instead of having like another 2 hours and a
Yeah, and a
huge
$40
journey
Uber
home, then
ride.
I could just, you know,
Go home.
go home. You like clubbing more, don't you, Jackson? Or do you? Don't
more-
want to assume.
More than you guys, it sounds like. But,
Oh, I honestly like the idea, but especially because like trampoline coaching is not a high-paying job, right? And so if
Yeah.
I'm getting an Uber home, that's like 2 hours of work or some shit. I'm like, do I really want to do that? Like one time, I was out clubbing, and oh, this is leading into another story.
here we go.
Here we go. I'm out clubbing. I'm getting messed by this shit while I'm trying to tell my story. With some workmates, everyone kind of wraps up for the night, and they're all going home, going their separate ways. I lived in the opposite direction to pretty much everyone else. They're like, "You good to get home, man? You gonna get like an Uber?" I'm like, "Yeah, no problem.
Oh.
That's all fine. I'll sort myself out. She'll be right." And so, like, I've got a 3% charge on my phone.
Oh, no worries. Easy.
Not a problem. So I look at the Uber rate. It's a Saturday night, so the surge price makes you pay more if there's more people asking for Ubers. 2 a.m. Saturday night in the middle of like the clubbing area in our city. Of course, there's loads of people asking for an Uber, so it's like extra. It's like $60 instead of 40 or 30. I'm like, no way am I paying that. So I'm like, 3% battery. I'll just wait like maybe like 10 minutes, check the app again,
Oh, so smart.
and then the surge price will have gone down, no problem.
So smart.
Clearly the phone dies within about 20 seconds of me
Oh
thinking
my
that.
Oh, no.
And
So
all
did
my
I.
friends have like, they've not left me. I told them to leave me. I told them I was fine, so it was all good. And so the options are take a taxi, oof, and I'm like, ouch. It's not like 1970. I don't like who takes taxis nowadays?
So what did you do?
Everyone takes Ubers. So I just started walking.
Yeah.
Like
So
I don't
anyway,
even
I
mean
just
that.
started walking.
I just started walking, and my house was about 15 kilometers away from the where I was in the clubbing area.
Oh, Sunday stroll.
And I just kept walking, and I ran for most of it, and I
Yep.
walked for part of it, and I think I made it home at about 4 a.m.
You realize someone less fit than you would have just died. Like, you're pretty sporty. Like, 15Ks, yeah, it's a huge pain.
I legitimately
But,
think
like,
that's the most I've ever run in one go was that night when I was like wearing skinny jeans, skate shoes.
Not
and
athletic gear at
it's-
all.
Yeah, it's the most I've ever run in one go. More than I've ever done in like a sports training session or anything like that.
Most gamers literally would have been found deceased in the gutter.
At the thought.
So,
I remember
Yeah.
having a thought while I was doing this and being like, it's really cool that I live in a country where...
Wow.
I live in a country where I can be outside at nighttime and I don't die from freezing. Because,
Yeah.
like, there's
Oh,
loads of
yeah.
countries where you can't do that, right? Like, you just...
Especially at night after
Yeah.
a nightclub, for sure.
Like, alcohol's lowered your body temperature, you just die. But I'm like, I live in a nice country with a temperate climate, and nighttime is quite crisp. It might be dark, and I might be regretting this decision, but, you know, we're here.
Oh no.
So I made it home about 4 a.m. And then I had work the next day at 9 a.m.
Oh, the
Nice.
worst. The absolute worst.
And I remember because I was wearing these like skate shoes, and so they're not very good for running at all. And I could still feel the vibrations in my feet from running because they're so like they don't. It's on concrete the whole way home, which is very bad for your legs, especially if you have like injuries like shin splints, like I do.
Hell yeah. Brag.
Yeah, I ran too much actually. And so yeah, I could feel it. It was like, have you ever ridden one of those really crappy old scooters, like the metal scooters?
Oh, you can feel every like
And
bump
then
in the
yeah,
road.
you feel like
Oh,
through your
yeah.
legs. Yeah, it was like that feeling, except I wasn't doing anything. I was lying in bed. I'd just been running on
Oh.
concrete for 2 hours.
That's
and I was like setting my alarm. Don't you hate it when you set an alarm?
Yeah.
And your phone goes 4 hours until this one's going off, and
Yeah.
you're like, don't tell me that.
I mean, I get why they do, but I really just don't want to know.
I've had like the 2 hours or 1 hour before, and it's just like, it's rough. Almost as rough as that SD I just had.
Great segue.
Yeah. You were talking earlier about like, I thought you were going to bring up how much nightclubs cost when you were like, bounce is not a high paying job.
Well, I think the whole nightclub experience in general is very expensive. When you like, because getting into a nightclub, $10, $15 is not very much.
Okay.
Couple drinks, not very much. Like the Uber home, not very much. But when you put it all together, for the amount of enjoyment you get out of it, you better have a goddamn good time because it adds up.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing that I don't like clubbing more because last time we went out, I think I was with you, and then like I just lose track of how much I'm spending completely. I
so
think I spent like $150, and
think
it's
I
like
do
I
that
would waste
intentionally.
all my money. Oh yeah, obviously.
'Cause,
It's
yeah.
like everyone gets drunk and then it's, but it's more like just buying drinks that I would never buy usually, like you know, not beer.
And it's like the culture of buying other people drinks and stuff. You're like, yeah, it's all on me. You buy one round, you've spent $60. You're like,
You're like-
wait a minute.
Now that I'm a famous YouTube celebrity, though, you know.
Ooh, flex.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, maybe I can
But then
get paid by YouTube and go clubbing and maybe like it. Probably not.
YouTube clubbing.
But yeah, I would probably waste way too much money if I did like it more.
Yeah. I mean, clearly, a lot of people do like it though, but...
It's
I like clubbing in foreign countries. Have you guys ever done that?
One time with you,
No.
Which country is it?
Bali.
Oh
When
yeah,
I was 15.
we can tell that story. So me and Hopcat went to Bali once.
I think
when
maybe
we
some
were.
people don't know what Bali is if you're not from Australia, because it's really
Yeah.
popular with Australians.
Do they know what Indonesia is?
Yeah,
Oh.
I think so. But it's like a small party island in Indonesia, which is just full of Australian tourists. That's
Yeah.
like,
So we were 15.
I
Basically-
think I was 15, you were 16. It was like close to my 16th birthday, and you just had yours.
So on one of the days we went to this water park, you know, like water slides and all that sort of thing. And then, oh god, my brain is hurting playing Duck Hunt and telling this story.
I'm playing Donkey Kong. I can take over for you.
But because they're pretty loose with all the rules over there, we went to this water park and then we got in, both of us as 12 years old for the kids' price, and we were like, oh hell yeah, you know, a little bit cheaper. My parents were paying, so it didn't really affect us, but you know, just passing for 3 or 4 years younger was pretty cool.
Which
Yes.
is fair because we were both quite short for our age. I definitely looked young. I
Yeah, you
still
guys
probably
definitely
do
look
look
young.
young for
Yeah.
my age, even to this day. And
Not since I
even
grew a
more
beard,
so.
but
Yeah, well,
before then.
Way to flex that I can't grow a beard, right?
Ouch.
I think you look a lot older now though.
I mean, but still, like, people still, like, at work think I'm, like, 20, not, like, 24.
Wait, you're older than me. I always forget.
I
Yeah.
always say that like in between like 20 and 30 just all looks like the same age. Like, you could give me an old-looking 19-year-old, like, guy and tell me they're 30 and I'd, like, be, yeah.
Yeah, he's got a beard. I believe
Yeah,
it.
pretty
that's the
much.
classic, hey.
Like, people that grow facial hair hell early in, like, year 12 with a thick beard, they could be 30 for all I know. They could
Yeah.
be 60.
And it's also the way you dress and like the way like you carry yourself.
Yep.
There's a lot of things you can do. Anyway, so we got into this water park as under 12s.
Yeah.
And then that night, because like you said, they're not very strict on the rules. So we
And it goes both ways.
Yeah. We go out.
I'm not jumping into that, you massive cock.
Oh,
Oh,
jeez.
that was my nickname in high school. Anyway.
Chill nickname, dude.
So yeah, and then we got let into a nightclub on the same day.
As 18
As 18, because yeah, that's the rule there as well, same age, 18-year-olds. So we passed as 12-year-olds and 18-year-olds in the same day.
Well, under 12, isn't it?
Oh yeah, 12 and under.
Oh,
I
12
think.
and under, okay.
And I remember we were with my parents, and we thought we were being hell sly. My parents bought us each one cocktail, and sorry to my mum if you're watching this. We went and then bought like an extra 2 like big cocktails each.
They
I
serve
know.
them in literal water bottles
Yeah.
with like straws.
and they are huge.
And it's like a 600ml water bottle, and with a questionable amount of probably like methanol that'll kill you.
It was enough to get like a 15, 16-year-old pretty drunk. And then I remember thinking we were like hell subtle. Thinking back, we were absolutely
Oh, yeah.
just very obviously drunk. And then surely they realized we got more drinks or just thought we were massive lightweights.
Either were probably pretty valid answers.
They're probably
here.
both right.
Yeah.
And yeah, so then we were walking back to our accommodation because like everything is like, you know, when you're staying in a place that's near the town center, so everything's walking distance. We're walking along the beach because there's an island. There's loads of beaches. That's how islands work.
Wow.
What?
So yeah, oh my god, Duck Hunt's a pussy.
I've been doing some sick shit, by the way.
I've been impressed.
Jackson's been liking
I've
it.
been really impressed.
So we're walking down this beach, and then there's like a group of, I'm not sure what, I think they were Japanese tourists. These Japanese tourists, and we're like, oh, and they're like, oh, can we take a photo with you? And we're literally just two.
You're living here.
I'm living two. Oh my
Not
god,
if you
I
do
could kill
that.
myself.
So,
We're
if
just
anyone's
two-
tabbed out, Peter just got hit by 2 cans.
Two cans? It's not a
Yeah,
bird time.
a million birds just came out.
Anyway, yeah, so they're like, I don't know why they wanted photos with us, but we just take these group photos with these random group of
I think
Japanese
they
tourists.
pickpocketed us. Didn't one of us
And
not
then,
have a
yeah,
wallet?
we got home
That's
and
why
you-
they wanted the
You had
photo.
there was 20 bucks from your pocket missing at the end.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we got pickpocketed by these people. And then, like, just hanging way further back on the beach than, like, my parents taking photos with these random Japanese tourists and being like, I bet they don't know that we've been drinking.
Yeah,
Looking like the
meanwhile,
biggest dumbass
we're
teenagers.
just getting into the worst like mischief, yeah, like getting your money stolen out of your pocket.
I think we need a Big Win beer story.
I'm trying to think of a good traveling story.
I hope we
Yeah.
don't get arrested for underage drinking. Like
No, we've
10
been
years
we've
of
been
retrospect.
talking a lot.
I went to a German Smash tournament once. That was pretty fun.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really? When did you go to Germany first off? didn't
When I
know
went to
you-
Europe,
It wasn't in Germany. They just, the German club in Perth.
Yeah.
Just like German Smash tournament.
they had Smash Night at Germany.
Oh wait, it wasn't in Germany.
No, it
Oh,
wasn't.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
pranking ya.
Did you meet C5 from the Beefy Smash
Hey
dudes?
guys. It's
No,
me,
I didn't.
German Big Win beer.
They were all really nice. They were like, I'm so sorry my English is bad, but when you get off the ledge, I was punishing that every time.
They were so nice. They were like, you fucking suck.
As you say in English, you
Bad
shit.
defensive options.
You are poo-poo. No, that's French.
I think I did French as well. It's hard.
Yeah, I caught it.
So
Oh,
what
okay.
else happened at this? How'd you place?
I think I got 9th, which was pretty good. This is in Smash 4. That was a lot better.
Before you were a hack.
Yeah. Now I'm just a hack.
Were you playing Duck Hunt?
Yeah.
Oh man, how are they nice to you, man?
They were
I want
respecting the.
respect to the Germans.
They were respecting the hunt. They
Leave
all
a
play.
comment-
They all
leave
play
a comment
Fox
if you're
there.
German and you don't hate Duck Hunt. Can't wait to see 0 comments.
They like it because of German shepherds. They like dogs.
They also kept calling me Big Win Bear, which was pretty funny.
The bear.
And I stopped correcting them after a while because I mean it's just embarrassing.
It's almost better.
Yeah,
I like it.
I don't
If
want to be
only-
like, nah, it's beer, and they're like, why?
Oh my god, that range! I'm getting
Big Win
messed.
Heineken. you know, blend in with the local
Is
culture.
that German?
That's Dutch.
What?
Dutch.
Yeah, that's from
Heineken-
Amsterdam.
What's a German beer? I'll retroactively place my joke.
don't know.
Oettinger, I think that's one.
A Big Win Oziger. That sounds terrible.
Oettinger, I think.
Wow, you're really good at
Look
Ike,
at,
dude.
yeah.
As if Heineken isn't German. My life's
it's
been a
not.
lie. You get up to anything else fun on your Europe adventures? Did
trying
you
to
just
think
go
of-
to
yeah.
Germany or?
No, I went to France, Amsterdam. Amsterdam was great.
What
Oh,
was your favorite one? Was it Amsterdam?
Amsterdam's actually really beautiful, like the countryside. We did this like bike tour. It was brilliant.
Like, if I could see any of it, I was too goddamn high the whole time.
Yeah.
The whole place does smell like weed a lot. But I mean, that's kind of fine.
like the countryside was so green. It was beautiful.
I think. I mean, I'll know more when my camera
Beautiful
comes back.
greenery everywhere.
Yeah, lots of weeds just all over.
I don't think where else I went. We went to like Hong Kong, and we had this hotel room.
It's not in Europe.
No, on the way there, and the what was I gonna say?
dead.
Oh, the toilet seat was right below the shower, so you could literally shower and shit at the same time.
That's genius.
Is that
And
a
the-
life hack or a
That is a
terrible
life hack.
idea?
Dude.
I
save
saw
your
it and I was like,
toilet
this is
paper.
weird. But then I was like, actually, this is kind of interesting.
Well, folks, we tried. We tried to get away from the shitting stories, but
We're back.
we've magnetized straight back into it.
But you could. The mirror was there, so you could literally shower, shit, shave at the same time.
Did you have
Okay,
to
if
see
you're
yourself
shaving
shit?
at the
Yeah.
same time as you're doing all that, you are bound to cut yourself.
Where?
What if
What?
you like? What if you know how you like try to pat your head and rub your tummy at the same time and it's like difficult?
Yeah.
Well, what if you're like shower shitting and shaving at the same time and you go to wipe your ass but you got the razor blade in?
Oh, no.
Everything's in the wrong hand.
You
and
don't
it's
need to
just-
wipe your ass. That's why the shower's there.
Oh, true.
They've thought of everything.
I think it did have a bidet, so there's no wiping involved.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, there's just.
I mean,
water
everyone
going.
has a bidet. You just got to do a handstand
It was
in
such
the
a
shower.
hydrated experience of like fecal matter. You know what I mean?
Oh my
A lot
god.
of
Okay.
water. Well, it's
Another
true.
poo story.
Instead, do you want to hear the story of how I met the Chinese mafia?
yes.
Yes.
I always like leading with that, but because, you know, so intriguing. The actual story is shit.
No more shit
Oh
stories.
yeah,
That's it.
damn.
No, I'm joking. The story's good. So we were in China, and we were in this like little town that just borders a national park. So it's like very local. It took us like a 10-hour bus trip on the way there. Like, I think there must have only been like a couple thousand people in the whole town, maybe. And so we go to this bar, just like drinking one of the nights, and there's this random group of like Chinese dudes in tuxedos. Actually, I don't know if I'm gonna get murdered by telling this story.
It's alright.
Oh.
You didn't say
Nothing,
the name of the
nothing
town.
bad happened, but
It's all
basically,
good.
like, they came up to us and they were like, "Oh, can we drink with you?" Or like, they wanted to show us this drinking game, and then we were like, "Oh, hell yeah!" And they showed us this pretty sick drinking game, which is too hard to explain, so I'll just say it was cool. And then they also had like all these random Chinese girls with them, like that were, oh, clearly like they were pimping, is what I would imagine.
Okay.
But they taught us this drinking game for a bit. And then, so that was all fun. We drank with them for a little bit. And then they were like, "Oh, you should come into the back room of this like bar," which I'm pretty sure they were like the owners of. Or they were like in with the owners of it,
It was
or
definitely
whatever.
a front for their illegal activities.
Precisely. Well, we didn't see any of that, but that's pretty much what one can assume was the go.
The drug room.
And we went into the back, and all I can remember was this like, you know those like outdoor chairs that you like sit on and they
Like
like
a camp
swing?
chair?
No,
Oh.
it's like a hanging one that
hammock?
you like swing on. No, but it's like a chair.
Okay.
Yeah, like a wooden thing that someone would have on their front porch.
Yeah, like a tire swing, but without the tire. It's
Like a swing.
yeah, but without the.
Interesting.
No, but it wasn't a swing. It was like a proper chair swing. Anyway, I
swinging
just remember
chair.
like the big boss man being on one of them.
Was he
And-
like fat?
Nah.
Oh.
But in a very nice suit, and we got invited to like go to their
Very
mansion
nice.
the next day, and because we were all drinking, we were like, "Oh man, that sounds like a great idea." And they like, and then we like hung out there for a bit, and there's just all these random Chinese girls just like there for the whole time, not really, just like hanging out, you know.
Just existing.
And then we ended up going back to our original table, and then we were like, "Yeah, we should totally go to this guy's mansion like the next day." And they pull off in this like limousine, and it's like hell dodgy. And then the next day we were like,
limousine from this tiny town.
oh,
They
it
are
might have just
pimpin',
been like
bro.
a very shiny black car.
Zach cannot remember.
But for the that is also true. But for the purpose of the
Longest car I've ever
story,
seen, bro.
for the purpose of the story, it was pretty much like something out of James Bond.
Yeah.
And then they drove off in that, and then the next day we were just like, what the fuck are we thinking? We are never going to this people's like mansion ever. We are gonna get murdered or like, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm pretty sure they were like chill with us, but but just like not something we really wanted to be getting
You
into.
don't really want to associate with those people, even if you're on good terms with them, because next thing you know, they're asking you to like do a hit on someone
Yeah.
So I think
to like prove your allegiance.
if movies have taught me anything.
I watched The Godfather once.
it's a
I
pretty
get
small
it.
town. I don't think they want to do hits on anything. If anything, it'd be like taking down the national park,
Sorry.
or maybe like killing.
What?
Oh, what? Maybe killing like a yak. We ate some yak there.
So the yak was already dead. So
A
they didn't
weird
need you to kill
Skyrim task.
No, but like-
kill a yak.
him. Kill 10 yaks and it's like
Report back to me after you've done the
quest
task.
icon appears up
Need
in real
yak
life.
meat.
You're like, bruh.
But I think we got out of that situation, you know, before, I mean, obviously before anything bad happened. But I did learn a really cool drinking game from it, and we had some fun.
And had a good story to tell.
China sounds wild, honestly. Just like everything I've heard about it.
China
It
sounds
sounds like there's some degree of lawlessness, but then also the government is super strict on some stuff. I don't get it. That's all I have to say.
great. I think it's a lot
I think
control
it's
with
the-
money, right?
The government's really strict on stuff, so they make strict laws, but then, like,
But then
a lot
they
of the
don't get
cops
enforced.
don't care that
Yeah.
much
Hmm.
about certain things.
like strict, but also corrupt in some degree. Why are we on the stage?
I don't think we should generalize that much.
Why?
I don't know.
Isn't YouTube banned in China anyway?
Oh, true.
Go
Good luck,
safe.
Chinese government, that you can't access this video.
You get banned
Yes.
from China. Are you going to the wall? No. It's genius play, or is it? Yes.
Oh, I thought you meant
What the fuck?
when you said the wall, I thought you meant the Great Wall of China, which I have gone to, and I did piss off it, just in case you were wondering. Because that was something that, like, the same guys in China, like, really wanted to do, and it's like, it's a cool story. I shouldn't have started it just like I did. But everyone was like, oh, if you go to the Great Wall of China, you have to say you pissed off the Great Wall of China. And I was like, you know what? That would be cool to say.
No
Nice.
way. Unlucky.
But, like, can you guys say you've pissed off the Great Wall of
I
China?
can say it, it'd be a lie though.
Yeah, oh. That's what I was about to do.
Checkmate.
But yeah, a
Isn't
bit
it-
more awkward in practice than...
How high up was it?
What?
No, like, awkward...
Like pissing?
Yeah, I didn't really need to piss. You know, you gotta force it out a bit.
It's like sculling water on the Great Wall of China.
Zach's like, man, I spent all my piss in bed last night. Fuck, I'm all out.
Got none left. Emptied the tank. Yeah, there's not much else to say. I thought I could, you know, say
Your
a bit
China
more,
story
but
is insane.
I'm telling you, China sounds wild.
it's at face value. We just chucked a piss off the wall.
Yeah, how high up were you? Like, was
Oh, ouch.
Damn. Probably 100 feet. Because, you know, the Huns attacked. That's why they built the wall. A little bit of history fact. Yeah, they beat to stop the Mongols from getting into China.
History pun.
the Mongols weren't the Huns, were they? They're different groups, right?
Uh-oh.
Genghis Khan was the leader of the Mongols.
Weren't the Huns the ones in Milan? That's what I'm basing this all off. How high up was it? Maybe like 5-10 meters. We found like a pretty secluded spot, and it was like mostly trees.
Nice.
Not much blowback, which was good. That could have been a
Oh,
bad experience.
Yeah, not going headwind.
I
That's not
pissed
what you
on
want.
myself off the Great Wall of China.
We can't all have the urethra of steel, as Hopcat so eloquently put it.
That's
How about some
gross.
stories that don't involve piss shit?
Impossible. if
Every
you're
good
telling any
story.
nightclub story, there's a lot of that, so rule those out.
You want to tell the story of how you broke a rib in New Zealand?
Oh yeah, that was not epic. Like my thing is, that it leads
My
into an
thing
even more, even bigger story. But I tend to always hurt myself doing something that's almost cool. Like it's so close to being a good story. What are
Oh,
you
okay. I
doing,
meant to
oh,
side
you're a
note.
genius.
Oh, so we're about to hear a lot of, you know, stories that are going to blue ball us.
Yeah, I
like
mean,
very mediocre feats that ended in injury.
because like, oh man, this
Wow.
cracks up. So this rib one. So we were snowboarding in New Zealand on a school ski / snowboard trip. Snowboard for life.
I was there.
Zach was there. Pony Mac was there. We go way back. Jackson was not there.
Yeah, I don't go way back. I'm new.
You were still in like
Fake gamer.
kindergarten?
Yeah.
Yes. I can't remember.
And so
You're younger than us.
Yeah, it's the first day of snowboarding, and I'm on the beginner's slope, and I built up too much speed, and then fell over, like tumbled directly in front of a class of people learning their very basics. So I'm like, I go careering down past this group of people with an instructor. He's like, "Are you right, man?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, I'm all good. You know when you're more embarrassed than you are injured?
Oh,
to like
that's the
ask for
worst.
help, you're just like more embarrassed, so you're just like, oh, I'm fine, and you're like internally dying.
Can I just
Wait, which part of that's
interject?
almost cool?
Well, I was like,
It was on the beginner slope.
when I'm telling the
How is that
story,
almost
when I'm telling the story of like, oh, you know, I've got a few like injuries, broken bones. I was snowboarding one time, you know,
Oh,
and then
I
it's
see.
like almost cool because you can always be like, you know, your mind goes to he was doing some like.
You can almost say I was on the advanced course.
Yeah,
But you
could
can't.
always say I was on, the
If you
green.
tell someone you injure yourself snowboarding, you'd probably like he was doing something cool.
I would
Yeah.
assume most happen on the chairlift, honestly. That thing is a killer.
Yeah, that's terrifying. That's my biggest objection.
Getting
to
on and off the chairlift is a bit of an ordeal, isn't it?
Just
I love
sounds-
snowboarding, and but first few times on the chairlift, it's like a horror movie.
Especially when you don't really have the handle on how to do anything. But anyway, so yeah, on beginner slope, these beginner slopes are like, it's got to be like a less than 5-degree angle. And you get up, you don't even have a chairlift, you have a conveyor belt because they don't trust you to use a chairlift when you're this bad.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So,
You wouldn't have to put the handbrake on, put it that way.
yeah, it was pretty embarrassing. But it's just like, that was the beginning of a long,
Whoa, that's not a
a
projectile.
long history of me doing things that are like close to cool and then hurting myself. So, I fractured my elbow skateboarding. Except I wasn't doing any tricks. I was driving. I was skating on a pavement path at night in the dark holding a frozen Coke. And then I hit a crack
Oh,
in the
see, I think
pavement
that's
and
pretty
fell on
cool.
my face.
I reckon that's
No,
cool.
it's not. It's so stupid. Why was I doing that? In
You
the
just
dark.
need to start
with a
coming up
frozen
with
Coke.
some better stories.
Man's got a froke sometimes, you know?
I was
You
most
ain't
upset at
woke
the
if you
time.
ain't got that throat.
That's right.
I didn't know I'd actually hurt myself properly, but I'd like spilt the frozen Coke everywhere, and I was like, "Fuck, that was $1!" And then I had to go to hospital.
And you're like, that's actually
That's
way
more than
worse.
$1.
All right, next injury. What you got?
Injury?
Oh, you got your like ankle done.
Yeah, I fractured my
trampolining, right?
ankle doing trampolining. So like, you see me on the trampoline before, do some pretty gnarly tricks. No, I was getting ganged up on by 5-year-olds in dodgeball, and I fractured my ankle.
Oh, that's not even...
Trampoline dodgeball against like a whole party, like birthday party, not like a questing party, a birthday party. That's
not where my mind went.
No one was thinking that.
I'm just picturing that. It's like they're like, me and my party have a quest. We must destroy Hobcat's
Hobcat.
ankles.
Have you ever broken a bone, Jackson?
No, I haven't.
Neither have I.
Really?
Yeah.
Alright,
The
you
worst
guys
part
gotta
is
be more stupid.
I've dislocated my shoulder doing dips.
I also dislocated my shoulder doing something almost cool.
So what? Doing dips.
Yeah, do you know
This is such a good story.
do you know what dips are? Like
No.
the exercise where you grab...
Oh yeah, yes,
The
I know the
exercise,
exercise.
that's like, nah.
What, like French onion, tzatziki,
Oh, that's
hummus?
clever.
Thanks. I try.
no.
This is why people subscribe. If you didn't like that joke, just unsub right now. Please,
Please
don't actually.
Don't do that. He doesn't represent all of us, I swear.
Oh no, that's it. Yeah, and so
nice.
I did. Everyone in my class kept getting called out for not going low enough. So
And
I,
you
just,
are-
I was like, all right, my plan is I'm just gonna do one. I'm gonna go so low.
It's like balls to the floor. It's
And
like
my
balls to the wall.
my ankles were like literally my wrists were above my head. And then when I pushed back up, both my shoulders just popped out.
Both you dislocated both
Yeah,
shoulders.
both at the
Same
same
time.
time.
How? That is
I
impressive.
just told you how.
No, I
And then I
okay.
like got off and I was just sitting like with my shoulders up and the teacher's like, do you think you need to go to the medical center? And I was like, yes.
You're like, what do you think, bitch? Like,
I kind of
is this
just
low
sat
enough
down.
for
Everyone
you?
was just like, fuck. Everyone like in the class was like, that was fucked up.
Did
'Cause
it make like a pop?
Yeah, both of them went,
Oh,
and I'm just like there, like
no.
I'm shrugging, like I don't understand what's going on.
What
Are you
happened to
okay?
Jackson?
No, bro.
And I kind of like put them both back in, like on the way back to the medical
Like
center.
yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
Oh,
But
that's
that-
dope. The one time I dislocated a toe, I like didn't want to do that because I've heard it's actually meant to be quite bad for you to put it back in.
Oh, I didn't do it intentionally.
Yeah, I didn't need. I kind of like because it's a long walk from the gym, so
I think that I've heard that
Let
the
me know.
shoulder is the easiest thing to dislocate just
Makes
because of the way
sense.
the joint is designed. They're not like... There's a lot of angles where it can pop out and it's not held in by like much. Like
Yeah.
a hip, it's like a ball in a socket, right? It's really hard to pop out. But the like shoulder, it just kind of like sits on top of it.
Yeah.
So it's a lot easier to dislocate. Like I was playing frisbee and I dislocated my shoulder and yeah, I just stood up and I was like, can I still move my arm? And so I tried to like move my arm in a circle and doing that just popped it back in.
Oh,
Ooh.
It was a really gross feeling. Like,
Yeah, mine didn't hurt as much as people say, but it was just, it felt like I wanted to vomit.
oh, mine barely hurt at all at the time, but it got like, I got the deadest arm later on.
It gets worse over time.
Yeah, mine was actually the opposite. I don't know. Most people say, oh, whoa.
Nice.
Most people say like putting it back into the worst part. Maybe that's other.
I think because mine was
Areas.
like instant. It was like 10 seconds after I did it. It was like adrenaline.
Yeah,
So I
Yeah.
didn't feel it at all. So I was diving for a catch in Frisbee. Like they call it a layout in like Ultimate Frisbee.
No one cares what they fucking call
I
it.
do. Thank you for telling me.
You're welcome, Jackson. I'm glad I have
Okay.
one supportive friend here. 50%, that's pretty good.
Decent ratio. More than most.
I feel like that was just unnecessary information. Ultimate Frisbee.
I mean, I'm gonna call it a layout from now on just because that's like what it is in my brain.
Didn't you also like bring up Muns before, or what have we been talking about?
me.
Puns.
Huns. Unnecessary information.
That was
Unnecessary
necessary.
For what?
For his pun. It was a pun. That's why
Yeah.
it came up. Definitely necessary.
The pun.
Anyway, so yeah, I went for this layout catch, and I just wanted to justify bringing up layout, by the way. And yeah, landed square on my elbow with all my body weight,
yeah.
and then like landing on my elbow, you can picture ended up like all the force went up through my arm, popped
Yep.
my shoulder out the back,
Yep. Yep.
and then I dropped the frisbee.
Oh.
which was
Oh,
very
that's
sad.
the worst
That's why it's the almost
part.
cool part. It's
Yeah.
almost cool. Like it was almost the sickest catch commit of all time, and then like the process.
Oh, that was sick.
The process of dislocating my shoulder popped it out, and yeah, I just went and sat on the sideline for a bit after I popped it back in because I was like, that isn't good, and I drove myself home in my manual car later on.
Oh, ow.
Yikes.
And like I got home, and like I'm a gamer, right? You guys know this. I am a gamer. I go onto my computer and I want to play some games with the boys because like I poke my head in the door. I'm still living at home with my mum at this point. And the lights are all off. My mum's in bed. I'm like, it's not really worth waking her up to tell her that I did this because like, what are we gonna do, right? Like
Yeah,
it doesn't
okay.
matter. Ooh, he's living.
Nice.
Oh, this is close. I'm just gonna let this be hype. I'll continue.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Peter. Asking you shall receive. F2.
Yeah, so I don't bother waking up my mum or anything. I just go get on my computer and I literally could not lift up my right arm
Oh.
to the point where I could put it on my mouse pad. Like it was just by my side, completely useless. So I like reach over with my left arm, grab my right hand's wrist, plonk it on my mouse, and like gamer time. Like
We're
nothing
on.
can stop me.
Well, since we're all telling stories of dislocating, I'll say, so I've never broken a bone or really been in hospital for anything my whole life. Except once, like, only a couple months ago, I dislocated a toe. Whoa!
Oh, fuck. Are you okay, man?
I know, big news. So I was playing indoor beach volleyball. They call it beach vov in the, I was just...
Do people like know what indoor beach volleyball is? Because
I don't
it's
know, I
actually like an oxymoron if you haven't done it before, right? 'Cause it's
Yeah,
like
indoor beach.
Indoor beach, it doesn't make sense.
It's just indoor
Oh, yeah.
volleyball on sand.
So yeah, they have artificial courts on sand, and there's a net around the court. It's fun because you can be bad at it.
Oh, you just like to like bang the ball.
But,
you can hit the ball real hard.
yeah.
And be okay.
So going for the ball, I sort of like got all my feet and it got everything tangled up with this like chick on the other side of the net.
Ooh,
And I like
Super
full on
chick, bro.
stepped on her feet and like thought I'd kicked her in the shin or something. So I was like, oh shit, are you okay? And she was like, yeah, I'm fine. Then I played like one more point and then I like looked down at my feet and my toe was just pointed at like a 90-degree angle out to the right. And me, like being the gentleman I was like, oh, are you okay? You know, didn't check my own foot. I was fucking messed up.
Humble
and
brag.
then
Me being such a pain tolerant and manly man.
I mean,
and
that was meant to
gentleman.
come off as like so ridiculous that I would say that. It's a joke, but then it sort of just slipped into my story and made me seem like I was a humble
There are actually
bragging
people
cunt.
who would like say it like that though, but like, you know, and me, you know, I'm only thinking of others first, especially this fine madame.
Yeah, well, that was meant to be a joke, but then it took us a while to actually get to the hospital, and I swear I had the least experienced doctor I had ever seen. So I got like an x-ray done to see if it was dislocated, see if anything was broken, and then she literally just started like poking around with my feet, just like moving it around every single direction. Like, okay, you know how have you ever driven a manual car and you like can't quite get it into gear and you keep like you're like switching it around
Yeah.
different spots trying to get it. She was doing this with my toe. Incredibly painful, by the way.
Oh, this is making me
For
squirm.
like for like a full minute. Couldn't get it. And then she's like, better call in the doctor that knows what he's doing. And he was about twice as rough. using a pen to like jam it in.
A pen?
Yeah, like
Don't they have like implements for that kind of thing?
They were
Nah.
out. They're all getting cleaned.
we're all out of scientific
Pass me
medical
that
stuff.
pen.
I think he had just finished writing in his like diary. Just wow, what a rollout. So he had this pen to like separate my two toes, and then was just being so rough with the toe. I'm not even fully convinced he did it properly, and I think it just like healed, you know, later on, like after it got strapped up properly. Am I really nearly fucking dead to that? Don't you dare, you motherfucking.
That covers that whole stage just about.
I thought I was gonna time it properly and like rest you, but I instead died.
Epic. And Little Z's toe was never the same.
Yeah, so they ended up just like, he sort of got it, you know, like felt about 4 different cracks, and then he was like, yeah, should be right, and then like strapped it up and was like, see how it feels in a week. I don't think he had thought he fully fixed it, because it didn't really look fixed until like
Oh, this
a
is
week
making me
later.
feel
He's like, here's my number. I don't think I'm finished, but you know, you can call me if you want.
Let's just say it hadn't totally healed.
Oh, very good. Very,
Toe
very
puns
good.
are easy, dude.
Yeah. We've talked about nightclubs and hospitals and injuries. And I talk about how I got punched in a nightclub.
Oh yeah.
And got given
Oh,
a-
that was actually like bad though. Like,
Yeah, I'm at a
Oh,
nightclub
shit.
and someone comes up to me and they're like, oh, I want to wear your glasses. I don't know, Zach, has that happened to you before?
Oh, all the
Yeah.
time. It's like my pet fucking peeve.
Yeah, so I was like,
That's why I got contacts.
so I said, nah, sorry, man, or something.
Yeah,
and then he was like,
'cause-
no, give me your fucking glasses. And I
So was
like,
it a complete random?
Yeah, so I don't know who this is. We hadn't interacted at this point.
And
so,
like, you don't want to give someone like that your glasses,
No,
because
at
you
a
are not
nightclub?
getting that back.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no way.
And they're like, I have like decently expensive glasses as well.
Are these like sunglasses or like your
No, my, like,
glasses for actually seeing?
My glasses for seeing.
Sunglasses in a nightclub, really? You're that
I
guy?
mean, I am
I
that.
mean, it's possible. He was wearing nerd glasses at a nightclub, so we can't trust this guy.
And then, so then he was like, you look like Where's Wally anyway? And I was like, all right, no worries. So then
And you're not like an aggressive guy, so
No,
you're
I
not
just,
gonna
like-
like take the bait, because like people like that are just trying to start shit.
he just,
right?
yeah, that's right. So I turned around and I was like, all right, no worries, have a good night or whatever. And then as I turn around, he like clocks me in the back of the head. And I
Just
turned
for
back to
that.
look at him and I said like, what was that for or whatever? And then he's like starts punching me in the face. And I like stumble back, but it's a, you know, crowded nightclub, so you can't really fall back. So then as I'm falling back, all these people are like, can you like fucking watch yourself?
You're like bumping into people.
Because
while
I'm like
you're getting
falling over and they're
assaulted.
like, yeah, they're like, move out the way, dickhead.
Some
Anyway.
people are so inconsiderate.
So I got like blood in my mouth to go and clean up, and then I like leave the nightclub. And I was fine that night. And then the next day I'm at work, and I just start feeling like really lightheaded. And apparently it's a lot more common than you think to get like late onset concussion.
Well, yeah, it's a concussion, and you feel it later on.
Yeah. So then like I'm at work and I just start like not being able to say words basically. So then I go home and I call like this person that tells you if you should go to the hospital or not. And I'm trying to read out my Medicare number, or like what's that called in America? I don't know. Health insurance.
That's not a thing in America. That's
They
the
don't.
joke.
They don't have.
That's called non-existent.
What a flex.
They don't have Medicare.
So I'm reading out this number to help me get assistance medically, and I just
For
can't.
free
Yes.
on the government.
And I just cannot read the number out from like I can hear it in my head, but I just can't say the like numbers.
That's
I don't know if it
crazy.
makes sense.
You know, I like, it's
That
crazy
scares
because I've
me.
never felt that before. Oh, you're dead.
Yeah. Well. Oh.
Bad.
So yeah, that's my story, and it lasted like 6 weeks.
Yeah, that.
Well, you,
It's
like,
so
you couldn't
awful
work and
hearing.
stuff.
Yeah, I
Like,
had to like because then I played volleyball like a week later, and then the next day I just got like completely fucked again, and it just ruined my life.
Like any
It's-
kind of exertion would
Yeah,
just like
that's like you
destroy
have to sit still and you can't like watch TV for more than an hour or
Oh.
look at a screen. So I had to just do
What
nothing.
the fuck do you do if you don't look
It
at
was
the
the
screen
worst.
for 8 hours
It
a
was
day?
truly like the worst experience.
That's why I hate that like clubbing, like alpha male,
Yeah.
bright neon shorts at festivals culture. Because I mean, of course, a gamer's gonna say that. But like,
I hate the Chads. They're so mean to me.
but then like, just this guy just punched you in the face, doesn't think twice about
Ruins
it,
your
and
life
it's
for
like,
6 weeks.
Yeah, I know,
and
that's
it
the-
could have been way worse too.
like fucks you up. You could have died. Like people have died from getting king
like,
hit
less,
at
yeah.
like clubs.
Yeah, it was pretty scary. Looking back on it, at the time I was just like confused, drunk, and it was like I kind of got angry, but I just walk away. But thank God I did. Maybe I would have died if I hadn't have walked away.
No shit. Yeah, you don't want to. Yeah.
We can't end it on that story. Please, someone have a fun
Surprisingly
story.
heavy story.
Have you
but
guys?
yeah.
Has anyone else been punched in the face? Because I haven't.
I've never been in a fight, and I've never
But-
punched someone before.
Sorry, I had to test the mic.
That's alright. I didn't like my story anyway.
Well, I mean, your story was you haven't been in a fight. How fucking exciting can it be?
That was good. I was interested.
Wholesome.
I haven't been in a fight either.
I mean, I wouldn't even call that a fight. What I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like one guy just punched me,
I haven't
basically.
been punched in the face. But, like, I sort of want to know what it feels like, but don't jump at the chance, because...
It hurts a lot more than you think. It's like so raw. I don't know how to describe it.
I see like the appeal of martial arts because there's something like carnal inside me that wants to know how I would do in one of those like
Yeah.
life or death situations, but you don't want to actually be in that situation
Yeah.
because you're like a logical normal person.
Oh, yeah, I sort of agree, but I would be too bad at it, so it's like... I want to assume that I'd be better than what I actually would, like how I said I could beat 5 geese in a fight.
Yeah, but that's probably actually true. But,
Thank
like,
you! You admit it!
I've researched the topic. You definitely would
that?
win.
I went home and googled geese facts for a solid
Oh,
6
geese.
hours.
Jeez.
What did you think I said?
I thought it was a person like 5 geese, like a YouTuber or something.
5 keys.
If it
What's
was
the second
anything
channel name
other
now?
than 5 geese, 5 of anything else, I'd probably lose to. Like 5 hot
Geese
dogs,
seem like
man.
aggressive.
5 hot
Yeah,
dogs would give me a run for my money.
Geese, they've got the like bloodlust, but they also only weigh like 3 kilos each.
Oh, are they that light?
Like
You literally pick them up and swing
because
them around like a.
they're quite
hammer.
large, right? But because they're birds, they have to be light, so they got like
Yeah,
hollow
so they
bones
can
and shit.
fly. Yeah, okay.
And so like they look a lot meaner, but then they're really light, so you could probably just like use your body weight to obliterate them because you know the body weight advantage is massive in a fighting situation.
Yeah, that's why there's like the tier. What's it called? Weight classes.
Yeah. But yeah, so never really been in a fight, but I do like sometimes wonder like how that would go because it's interesting to think about, but you also don't want to do it at all.
Oh
I'm
no.
alive, I'm alive.
Oh,
Dude,
what
that
the?
was-
I knew it.
No
I'm
risk.
so big brain.
No risk.
This
Oh,
being my
that's
most big
Have you ever
brain.
done like any martial arts or anything, Jackson?
Nah. I think I did karate lessons a little bit when I was a kid, but
Yeah. See, I never did anything like that, and
Yeah,
like,
that's cool. Don't ask me. It's not like I've done it before or anything.
have you?
Yes.
What have you done?
I did a couple like little martial arts classes when I was doing trampolining. They had it like at the
that.
yeah.
When you were trampolining?
Well, maybe if you didn't assume, you'd find out a little bit more.
Wait, what do you
about
mean
me.
when you were trampoline?
Taekwondo
I had
has a lot
tramp-
of these like flashy tricks that aren't actually practical martial arts, and so there's a lot of crossover between like gymnastics and Taekwondo.
No, it was at like a trampolining gym that also had like fighting classes, and I did like a couple. I think it was like maybe before I did trampolining or like. Or after, like if I got bored of one, I didn't do many, but probably more.
Oh, so
than
you were doing
guys.
like when you were like younger, you were doing like trampoline lessons.
Yeah, when I was younger, I was just beating adults up left and right, pretty much.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I used to do trampolining lessons. That's why I'm pretty good in the smash moves in real life videos.
Did you ever do that, Peter, or you just like picked it up later?
I did gymnastics lessons when I was 5 until I was about 9.
Yeah, I did about the same.
I dropped it like, I mean, when you're like 9, it's pretty young, and then didn't really do much in the way of that stuff until like 2 years ago.
Oh, I don't have an air. I'm good. Oh, not like that. Then. Yeah, a lot of people just think I'm naturally talented, but I did do some
You gotta
trampolining
work
lessons.
for this, you know. This ain't free. The one time you get the dare sweet spot is when you're
Yeah, I
trying to
didn't
use
want
the
that at
sour
all.
spot for a combo. It's a mood.
You're dead.
Yep, you're dead.
That's
No,
so
I'm fine.
stupid. What?
The knockback growth.
Oh,
Never mind, that's
no.
got base knockback.
Yeah.
Speaking of growth,
Nerd
my
talk.
brain is growing with that read
that
on the
was good.
jump. That was not good. Are we gonna end it on that joke?
Yeah, I think that was good.
The joke or the story?
Hey guys, if you like jokes like that, hit the bell. And to hit the bell, you actually have to be subscribed first, so do that too.
Yeah, or if you just like hearing us ramble for like however long this video is and gonna end up being, let us know.
Too long.
I have to urinate very badly.
Run.
Talking of urination.
Zach's bed's just downstairs.